Raising Hope is a nonprofit organization that was developed in April, actually 2011 officially. I'm the president and co-founder of Raising Hope. I have my master's degree in occupational therapy. My sister and I, Andrea, who's also a co-founder of Raising Hope, we were helping our mother actually with some children that she's working with in Ghana. And when we saw how difficult it was, we were saying to ourselves, there's a lot of other people who might be encountering this same situation where there's a population of children that they care for. For some reason, they can't find maybe corporate funding or they can't find the proper support because of the barriers of being in the US and trying to support something that's in Africa. So because of that, we said, why don't we just be a central resource for these children, not just in Ghana, but across Africa. So that was kind of the inspiration of how Raising Hope started.
My name is Andrea Osei. I'm the secretary and co-founder of Raising Hope. I went to Rutgers University. I graduated in 2008 with my doctorate in pharmacy. I'm also a HIV specialist. That's one of my passions, to work with individuals affected and infected and affected by HIV/AIDS. If we have been blessed enough to progress to where we are in our careers, it's almost like you have a duty to pay it forward. So I feel like that's part of the passion behind Raising Hope.
We kind of combined our different disciplines to say, okay, well, we can come up with this organization not only to provide basics of daily life, food, shelter, water, clothing, but we also want to make sure that these children are able to integrate into their society, that they're able to live life to its maximum potential, and through our expertise and through our different professions, we want to create that groundwork for them. So we chose to seek out and to work with different beautiful women such as Ijoma, such as Jamila, who also have different passions for children, and just work from that ground to make sure that we are touching those different aspects of life for the children, and not just basic food, water, and shelter, but what's important to them.
We work with folks in the nonprofit, the Magdala Cooper Foundation. We also work with folks in the entertainment industry. Raising Hope came to me several months ago and asked that I, help them with their annual event, and we're talking about plans for the future. So, I think that there's a lot that can happen between MUIPR and Raising Hope. My attraction to Raising Hope is that they're not just giving hope to the younger generation, but they're giving hope to the continent as well.
I basically went to Ghana 2 years ago, and it's a shelter right next to my mother's home, and she would always go there and give like presents and money, and we have a cattle farm, so she would give like anything she could give. And I was wondering like what it is that I could do, but I always thought that I would have to be at a point in my life where I'm financially stable in order to make contributions to my community. And then I later realized that no matter what point I was in my life, I could basically pay it forward. So that's how the whole thing started, and we just started going back to Africa and doing things back home.
Something about the image of Africa to the Western world that is just interesting. They see us as this very broken group of people, but they forget that we have a culture that is very robust. They forget that the culture has nurtured us so much, where we are actually a very positive and vibrant group of people. We're the ones that are supposed to tell our own stories, and that's why Raising Hope is so important, because they're not only doing their own little part to strengthen the younger generation so that our story is not lost, so that they can continue the lineage, but they're also showing the Western world and beyond that we're the ones that are going to make our changes if we need to make changes.
I guess what I like most about the group of ladies like here is like everyone is so positive, everyone is so driven. I think I'm the youngest of the bunch, and like they're so inspiring.
I love that we're all women, but we can all still work together and make it.
I just like everyone's energy.
Yeah.
It just kind of flows together and it works.
The one thing I love is their love for our continent, for Africa. I think that's the one, like that place, coming from that place always helps. I feel like helps us to be able to appreciate each other. And it's like, we love our continent so much that we want to talk about it and do things in a positive way, which I think is something we all share. So I love that about each and every one of them.
って